This is unbelievable, my friend. The first step has already been taken with the victory over the Patriots. But now comes the real test, the duel against the Chargers on Monday Night Football. And you'll hear it here, right now. But first, if you wear a jersey with pride, like and subscribe to the channel, because what I'm about to tell you about this game could change the way you view the season. The Las Vegas Raiders entered the 2025 season with a single goal in mind, to prove they can be one of the NFL's top teams. And with a dominant victory in Week 1, they took the first step toward that goal. Confidence going into the season has never been higher, and optimism only grows as the season progresses. The victory over the Patriots was just the beginning, but what was most impressive was the team's mentality, which appears to be stronger than ever. Coach Pete Carroll, who closely follows the Raiders' work, was full of praise after the game. He highlighted the players' focus and determination, as well as the importance of maintaining mental, competitive, and tactical balance throughout the season. According to Carroll, a preseason was essential to prepare a team, but the true test of their potential came in the game against the Patriots. It was a great first step, he said. We played well. Our mentality and communication were impeccable. This regular season game showed we're ready for the next level. The work done during the offseason was also reflected on the field. With many changes to the roster, the Raiders focused on building a solid and cohesive culture, creating strong bonds between the players. This was evident in the victory against the Patriots, where time demonstrated not only skill, but also a unity rare for a team in transition. The chemistry within the squad is clear, and this could be the difference they need to compete at a higher level. Now the team is preparing for an even greater challenge, facing the Los Angeles Chargers, having dominated the Raiders in head-to-head matches last season. But with renewed confidence and a stronger roster, Las Vegas is determined to turn things around and show that this time things will be different. They're no longer the same Raiders who lost in the past. Now, they're a team that has learned from its mistakes and is ready to shine. Expectations are high, and the big question is, can the Raiders overcome the Chargers? They have everything it takes to meet this challenge. Winning intent, teamwork, and Pete Carroll's leadership are key ingredients for success. If they maintain their focus and intensity, Las Vegas has a chance to take a significant step toward the top of the division. And if the focus is on taking the next step against the Chargers, one of the biggest concerns right now is the fitness of their young star, Brock Bowers. While the Raiders were celebrating a solid performance on the field, an unexpected turn of events rocked the team. Knee surgery on star tight end Brock Bowers. The player, who had been one of the offensive standouts, left the field before the end of the game, leaving fans and the team on high alert. News of the injury sparked a wave of concern, but fortunately, initial tests showed the situation was not as serious as it seemed. However, doubts remain about his long-term availability. In an interview with SiriusXM NFL, Bowers expressed enthusiasm for the situation, explaining that while the pain was significant, he wasn't worried about being sidelined for long. "I'm feeling better now. It was more of a precautionary measure to make sure everything was okay," the tight end stated. "I'll be back soon, especially with an extra day of rest this week." Bowers' words bring rest, but time knows not to rush him before he's fully recovered, especially considering Bowers' importance to the offensive scheme. With Bowers out for a while, the Raiders have options to fill his absence. Michael Mayer, a talented second-year tight end, is ready to step up. Mayer performed promisingly last season and has the potential to fill the void left by Bowers if needed. The Raiders' depth at tight end is a plus, and the team is confident in Mayer's ability to integrate well into the offense while Bowers recovers. However, Bowers' loss isn't the only challenge the Raiders face. Time has now placed even greater confidence in Gino Smith, their new quarterback, who, after an impressive debut in Week 1, has already begun to show good chemistry with Bowers and the other offensive targets. While Smith hasn't yet been widely recognized as one of the league's best quarterbacks, he is determined to change that perception. During the offseason, he and Bowers worked hard together, and that partnership is beginning to pay off. In an interview, Smith spoke about his growing rapport with Bowers. "It's been great working with him. We put in a lot of work during the offseason, and now we're selling the results." For Smith, the pressure is on. He's determined to prove he can be among the NFL's top quarterbacks. His Week 1 debut left no doubt about his talent. Many experts, such as ESPN's Ben Solak, praised his performance, calling it the best debut of any quarterback that season. Now, with Bowers' injury, the spotlight will turn to how Smith will fare in a scenario without his primary target. While Bowers' absence is a hurdle, Smith has already demonstrated that he is capable of leading the offense without relying solely on a single player. His playmaking and ability to make accurate throws are his strengths, but the real test will come when he faces more challenging defenses. The question remains, can Gino Smith maintain this level of play against tougher opponents? While the Raiders wait for Bowers' recovery, time will depend on the depth of their roster and Gino Smith's leadership to maintain momentum and continue their push toward the playoffs. The Raiders' immediate future may depend on how adaptable the weather is and how the players respond to this adversity. But even with the hope of having Bowers healthy and Gino Smith confident, Carroll knows time still needs to iron out important details before the divisional showdown. The Raiders' convincing victory over the Patriots in Week 1 was an excellent starting point for the 2025 season, but with a crucial matchup against the Chargers approaching on Monday Night Football, the team knows adjustments must be made if they want to continue their successful run in the AFC West. Head coach Pete Carroll emphasized that precision in decision-making and playmaking will be crucial to their performance over the half. "We need to refine our timing," Carroll said, emphasizing that while the talent is there, precision will be what separates the Raiders from the league's strongest teams. The half has been touted as promising, but to compete with division giants like the Chargers, the Raiders will need to be more precise with every move. One of the critical areas for improvement is the running game. Rookie running back Ashton Jeanty struggled to find his rhythm against the Patriots. In his NFL debut, Jeanty showed signs of nervousness and struggled with his field reads, but Carroll believes the rookie has the potential to adapt quickly. Ashton was very excited for his debut and admitted he could have been a little more patient with some of his reads, Carroll said. "That's normal for a rookie, but he'll improve with each game. The running back will have a lot of responsibility on offense and will need to improve his decision-making to gain yards and keep the opposing defense balanced." Furthermore, the Raiders' offensive line will be another area of focus. Facing the Chargers' defense, known for its formidable pass rush, will be a major test. For Gino Smith, who had an impressive debut, protection will be crucial. The Raiders' quarterback showed his potential in Week 1, but against a defense as aggressive as the Chargers, he will need a solid offensive line to have time to make accurate throws and keep the offense flowing. The line's collaborative work will be essential to give Jeanty room to run and prevent Smith from being constantly pressured. The path to victory is clear for the Raiders. They will need to address these areas, building on the confidence and positive energy from their victory over the Patriots. The chemistry between Gino Smith and his targets, including tight end Brock Bowers, will be another determining factor. Although Bowers' injury has raised concerns, if he is available, the connection between the two could be the difference maker against the Chargers. Smith has already shown he can be effective, and if the forward line gives him the time he needs to make his reads and throws, the Raiders have the potential to make significant strides. On the other hand, the Raiders' defense will also play a key role. The Chargers' explosive offense, led by Justin Herbert, will be a major challenge. The Raiders will need to attack the opposing quarterback, as well as neutralize his offensive weapons, such as wide receiver Keenan Allen. Las Vegas' second half will need to be disciplined and cannot afford long drives, something the Chargers are adept at exploiting. The Raiders enter this matchup with renewed confidence after their Week 1 victory, but they know the real test begins now. The win over the Patriots was a good start, but to compete in the AFC West, time will need to pass. The Chargers are coming off a solid win over the Kansas City Chiefs and are confident they can dominate the division. With the loss of Brock Bowers, Ashton Jeanty's struggles on the ground, and the challenges facing the Chargers' aggressive defense, how can the Raiders adjust their strategy to secure a victory on Monday Night Football and maintain the momentum from their Week 1 victory? Leave your opinion here and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Raiders news.